I'm not a utilitarian.
So wait, what do you want?
For me, for Christian ethics, that would be a sequence of duties. Sequence of duties and overlap in virtues.
Okay, and making people happy is not one of those duties and virtues?
I just said there's overlap.
Overlap. Okay, so what...
Guys, this is Andrew Wilson shutting down Vaush in an epic debate. You guys don't want to miss this one.
Like all ethical systems have overlap. Like a utilitarian such as you, there's overlap with duty, correct?
It's not a matter of overlapping.
No, it's
Making
a matter of
people
overlap.
happy is an axiomatic value.
Wait. It's an axiomatic value that there's no duty for utilitarianism?
I don't know what you're referring to when you talk about duty. Utilitarianism isn't very purgatory when it comes to stuff like that. Duty,
it's not. Then tell me what a util is. Then tell me what a util is.
It's about maximizing for the values that you have an axiomatic preference towards.
And do people have a duty? Do people have a duty to fulfill those utils?
That's a very complicated question.
Yeah, because you can't answer the question, can you?
Well, it's philosophy. There's not exactly a right or wrong answer. You have
There's no duty to fulfill your utils, Vaush?
Well, it really genuinely depends. Yeah. Could you dedicate 19 hours of your day every single day to converting one single person and saving them from the fires of hell? You could. That might, in fact, be a responsibility, depending on your sect of Christianity, to save those from oblivion, from whether or not you believe in purgatory or damnation or whatever.
So is there a duty for people to enforce utils? Now, you're avoiding my question, right, Alex?
Wait. I asked you a question.
And I asked you one. I answered yours and asked you one. Now answer mine. Do you have a duty? You said there's no overlap. There's no overlap is just silly to say. Is there overlap with duties in utilitarianism or not, Vaush?
I don't understand what you're asking. What time is the plane? The question.
No, that you're I'm asking you if you believe that the thing people should do should maximize utility. Do they have a duty then to maximize utility or not?
That really depends on which subset of utilitarian
That depends on what you mean by the thing you're asking me, that I asked you to explain what you mean.
So if you ask, so let me explain to you what the concept of ethics is. If you ask me how I root my ethics and what I think people should do, I can answer that. I don't know why you screeching about duty and overlap.
Then root your ethics.
I don't think you know what these terms mean.
Oh, no, I know what they mean. Root your ethics for me then. Ground them.
So hold on. I can't let you run away from what I asked you. What do you want? What outcomes do you want?
I've already told you that my worldview is not based solely on outcomes. That would be utility and consequentialism.
There's a highly masculine logic here. It's my ethics are not tied to reality. So
what do you mean they're not tied to reality? I said they're not solely tied to outcomes.
So what are you
So here's an example of this. I'll give you an example so that you understand, and you're going to answer my question. Hey, Vaush, I just answered yours. Vaush, I'll ask you this directly. Is it immoral? Is it immoral for somebody to have sex with a dead body? Is that immoral to do?
Do you think it is?
Yes.
Okay, so explain to me why.
I think you have a duty not to do so via divine command.
Where does that duty come from?
It's divine command. Now back to where I was. You need to answer. No, I just answered 4 of your questions. Now answer mine.
No. You haven't.
Stop evading and answer. Is it immoral or not?
Wait, Vaush, to be fair, Andrew did answer your question on this one, so I'll
answer mine. Is it immoral to have sex with a dead body or not, Vaush?
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that. Seems bad.
Okay. Why?
Because I think that if nothing else.
Obviously, you shouldn't, guys. What do you guys think on Andrew Wilson's take here against Vaush? What do you guys think is right here?
Like, leaving aside the biological answers for that, I think we have very strong cultural precepts of right for the dead. I think that this is really touchy ground because rights of the dead is complicated because they're not living people. But there are things even in a utilitarian framework where you can acknowledge that there is a kind of broader cultural respect that we have for subjects that go outside the purview of pure human behavior.
And last question, and then I'll answer yours.
Well, I just want to know what you want.
I'm almost done. I just want to know this. If all things were equal and a person having sex with a dead body did not negatively affect anybody through utility, there was no negative utils that you could point to, would you be for it?
No, for it.
Would you allow people to do it? Yes.
Would I allow people to? I think it is unethical in that context still because of rule utilitarianism. Now, if you could stop projecting your kink onto the discussion.
Why would this be against rule utilitarianism?
Because
that's
rule
bizarre.
I can't explain all ethical philosophy to you.
You don't need to. I know what a rule utilitarian is, so
Then why are you asking me?
Because a rule utilitarian would still have to follow utils. In this particular case, at all thing equal, there is no negative utils which are applied. Your answer should be, as a utilitarian, to say that that's fine. I don't see how you could get away
because
regardless of rule utilitarianism.
Otherwise, everything would just be act utilitarianism. The point of rule utilitarianism is that you have sort of social boundaries and guidelines and ethical expectations that exceed individual assessments.
Unless they give because those give negative utils. So okay, that's why I said all things equal. There's no negative utils.
No, so I can't explain if you don't understand. Okay, here's a good example. Okay, imagine it is unethical to punch somebody like out of nowhere. That's generally not good. You shouldn't do that. However, imagine a person had like divine precog and they could know for an absolute fact that if they punch this one random dude on the street, it will actually be good for them. Because when they go to the hospital for their broken nose, it'll be discovered that they have a relatively benign brain cancer tumor. So in reality, punching them will be a way to help them get treatment early and will actually save 30 years of their life.
Right.
Now, even under those circumstances, if we could know for an absolute fact that the consequence of punching that person would be morally good, I still think it would be morally right.
Right. And the reason you think that is because there would be societal negative utils. So that's why I said all things equal, there's no societal negative utils. Why would it not be okay from your worldview for people to have sex with dead bodies?
If you are detaching this from ethics so much to the point where even rule utilitarianism doesn't have any consideration, you might as well be asking if it's ethical to fuck a corpse in a dream. Like you're asking about something that can't happen in reality. In reality, the consequences of rule utilitarian analysis would always apply because you're always subject.
Do you know what a hypothetical is? A hypothetical is not designed necessarily to be mapped onto reality.
With this. Can you please just tell me what outcomes or what anything you want to do to reality?
I've already told you multiple times. First thing I would do is stop abortion. Second thing I would do is put a halt on underage people being able to